Do you want more money? Then watch this video. No, I'm just joking. Whilst this video will teach you how to ask for more money, a higher salary in a professional way, I am not here to make false promises or give you advice on how to become rich. My name is Catherine and I'm a business English teacher. I work with intermediate to advanced level students, and in this video I want to go through how you can professionally ask for a higher salary or put yourself up for promotion. That was a nice phrasal verb there, put yourself up for, put yourself up, put up, or sometimes it's even seen as put yourself forward, to put forward, and both of these just mean to suggest either yourself or a plan or someone else for a promotion, a job opening in your company. When I first started this YouTube channel, I had a vision of teaching interview techniques, how to answer different interview questions, what to say if you're not sure what to say. But as it happens, the advanced vocabulary videos and phrasal verb videos perform very well, a lot better than my interview technique videos, so I focused on them for a while. But honestly, my real passion is helping students reach their goals and receiving messages from previous students telling me that they got the promotion, they got the job they interviewed for, that they were finally offered partner when they've been trying for so long, but their English skills were holding them back. When I get these messages, I feel so proud of my students, proud of myself, and proud of the journey we have been on. Which is why I'm excited today to bring you a video that helps you achieve your career goals and ask for things that you feel you deserve. It really doesn't matter to me if this video only gets 100 views or 100,000 views, because at the end of the day, this is important for you to have the right knowledge, the right vocabulary to ask for what you want, what you deserve. And I enjoy having these kinds of conversations with my students, making them feel motivated, prepared, passionate, excited. If you are not subscribed, please do so. If you are already subscribed, let's get straight into it. So the first thing to notice is that higher salary and promotion are often used in the same way, but there's a slight difference in meaning here. So a promotion has the connotation that your position is changing in some way. Maybe you're taking on more responsibility, or you're leading a bigger team than before, or you've gone from team lead to project manager. Something about your role has changed, and typically that includes a higher salary. Not always, but it should do if the company is treating you well. Higher salary just means exactly what it sounds like. The money you get at the end of every month increases. Your salary increases. Your position may be exactly the same, but because you have more knowledge, more experience, and you've stayed with the company another year, maybe they reward you with higher pay. So let's quickly go through when is appropriate to ask for a higher salary. If you want to skip straight to what to say or some professional ways of asking, I will put the timestamps below. Some people know this already, when is an appropriate time, because they've done it in their own native language. They just don't have these skills in English language. But if you've never asked for a higher salary, these are some appropriate times to do so. The first, of course, is when you are getting a promotion. Now, if a company offers you a higher position, more responsibility, a bigger team, this should naturally come with higher salary because you are taking on more. You are more responsible than you were last year. But some companies will hope that you take the promotion without wanting more money. You're just happy to have more responsibility, a higher position in the company. But realistically, if you are offered a promotion, you should ask or negotiate a higher salary. If you've gained further qualifications within your job, so maybe you completed your degree, a training program, you did a workshop, or any other qualifications in your field that are related to your job, you can ask for a higher salary. Because of course, you now have extra knowledge that you did not previously have that you can bring to the team, bring to the company. So I'm going to use a really basic example here. If you've ever worked in a warehouse, you cannot drive a forklift truck unless you have forklift training. Once you have forklift training, you should be rewarded for that because maybe you are the only person with that responsibility in your team. It would be the same as if you went and learnt how to prompt ChatGPT or you learnt a coding language. You now have that knowledge, those skills that you can add to your team, add to your individual value, and you are now more skilled than you were yesterday. So at that point, you can ask for a meeting to discuss salary. After taking on leadership roles or major accomplishments, maybe your manager left the company for 2 weeks because of an emergency and you took over. You took on more responsibility, you led the team. Or maybe you had your first high-value client and you were the first person in the team to have a client with such high value. They spent $100,000 instead of the usual $10,000. Or maybe you created a social media campaign that was so successful, you got twice as many sales as you usually would. Anything like this could be a point in the timeline of when you can negotiate your salary, and I will get into why later. Any time you've taken on more than what's expected of you, when your level of experience no longer matches your salary. So let's say you joined a company as a junior, but you've been there 5 years, you've trained 4 other junior positions, you are now more in the middle, you have attended conferences, you have held training sessions, you have given presentations to clients and stakeholders, shareholders. You now have more experience than you did when you started in the company, meaning your salary could be increased to match this amount of experience you have. The next one is when the salaries in the market have increased. With social media like LinkedIn, it's very easy to see what other people at your level, with your experience, your skills, are earning yearly. You can also use the website Glassdoor. That's a fantastic way to see what the average person with your experience and skills is earning yearly. If your experience and skills become more sought after, they're needed, more companies are looking for people like you, the salary is going to increase so that you are attracted to apply for the job. If this happens and you see that people at your level, your experience, are earning $5,000 more than you a year, this is a point that you can bring up in your conversation with your company and say, you know, if I left and went to another company, I would be earning more. So it's always important to keep an eye out on the market. Have a LinkedIn profile. See if people offer you positions, offer you jobs, and what is the salary of those jobs. Occasionally job search just to see what's on the market, what's out there that you could potentially apply for. Now I'm going to stop here quickly because there's a lot of words that I have used already that are very specific to a corporate environment, a professional working environment. Some of these words will be unknown to you. If that is the case, I have 2 videos on corporate jargon. I will link them below in the comments, and they will help you to understand some of the words I'm using. As well as this, I have an Introduction to Business English course on my website that I have created myself. There are phrasal verbs in there, vocabulary you will need, how to react in certain situations, how to handle difficult topics at work. Again, I will leave the link down below in the comments, so if you wanted to purchase and download that course, that is something you could do. And all of the words that I'm using are very, very common in the workplace. So if you go and watch those corporate jargon videos, these will be words that you can use when you are going to ask for your salary increase. When you get your promotion, when you become a leader, you will use all of these words often. Now, the first step, of course, is starting the conversation. How can you open the dialogue? How can you open the discussion to your higher-ups, your managers, your head office, to let them know that you want a salary increase or would like to talk about a salary increase? Well, here are some things you can say. I would like to request a salary review to ensure that my compensation is in line with industry standards and my contributions to the company. Now, this is a very nice way of saying it, and it just means I want to make sure that you are paying me enough and that the work I'm doing is being Compensated is being paid for. I'm not doing work for free. I would like to discuss a potential salary adjustment to reflect my increased responsibilities and value to the organization. I would like to talk about having a salary increase to show my value, to show my worth. I think I'm worth a lot. I think I add value to this company. I would like my pay to represent that as well. Considering my tenure with the company and the market value of my skills and experience, I believe it is time to discuss a salary increase. Tenure means the length of time you've been with a company. Now, all of these phrases can be mixed and matched. You can take your favorite parts. You can just add a few of those words to your version of asking. You don't have to follow these. These are just suggestions for you on how you can ask. But it's important that you ask in a professional way and you set up a meeting so that you can go on to ask for what you want. All of these can be used in a performance review, an email, or even a casual conversation with your manager. Maybe you've got 10 minutes before your day starts and you and your manager are both at the same coffee shop having a quick coffee. You could just let them know, do you have time today to discuss my salary? Or I would like a salary review. Could you let me know when you have time? Just let them know, the people above, the people in charge, that you are interested in having this conversation. If you don't let them know you're interested, they will never know, and they might never offer you the chance to have this conversation. They may go on to set a date or a meeting or schedule a performance review, or even you yourself could suggest these things. Once this meeting has been arranged, you need to know how to ask for a salary increase. So the first thing I want to mention is bring evidence. Bring evidence with you, and evidence can look like any of the things on screen I'm going to go through. Excellent results, fantastic sales figures, a project that you led that was successful, feedback from team members or team leads or management, constantly meeting clients' needs, feedback from a client, always doing overtime, going above and beyond your job requirements, your contribution to cost savings, your contributions to profits, bringing in new leads, anything that you think really stands out and makes you different from others. Why do you deserve this salary increase? You need to have evidence. You need to have examples that you can give them. Realistically, the company will know all of these things about you, but having it ready looks professional, looks prepared, and you have a speech prepared that gives you the upper hand, allows you to argue your case if they were to decline your request. But I will get onto things you can say if they decline your request later. So let's have a look at some of the things you can say to bring up your evidence, or how to use your evidence as leverage. Based on my contributions and accomplishments within the company, I believe it is appropriate to revisit my current salary and consider an increase. You can say increase of X amount, or you can just say and consider an increase in this yearly salary, increase in my salary. You can also list your accomplishments and contributions here. The way I would do it is list my contributions and accomplishments, and then I would say based on these, I believe. Or you could say, based on the fact that I had the highest sales figures last year, I brought in the most new leads, I worked with the highest value clients, I believe it is appropriate to revisit my current salary. I have consistently exceeded performance expectations and taken on additional duties, which I believe warrants a review of my current salary. Now you can word this in a different way, but again, consistently exceeded performance expectations. You're always doing more than what is expected of you. You're not just doing your job and going home. You are also helping others do their job. You're taking on more responsibility. I have consistently demonstrated my commitment and dedication to the company, and I believe a salary increase would be a fair acknowledgement of my performance. Now, what you're doing here is kind of turning it around on the company. You're saying, I've done this and this and this for you. Now, what you can do for me to thank me for that is improve my salary, is increase my salary. The suggestion is I'm not going to keep doing this for you if I don't get some sort of reward or acceptance, acknowledgement of what I am doing. Based on what we have gone through today, I believe I deserve a pay rise of 15%. Now here you can say the exact figure. You could give the amount, 20,000, 15,000, 10,000, whatever it is, or you can use the percentage, 10%, 15%. It's up to you, and because you work for your company, you'll know whether they would prefer an actual figure or they would prefer a percentage. You may say a figure and they come back with, we also think you deserve a pay rise, but we believe you only deserve 10%, or we can only offer 10% based on your performance. A tip that my dad gave me once is always ask for a bit more than what you really want. If I want a 10% pay rise, I might ask for 15%. So when they offer me only 10%, I say, yeah, sure, no problem. I'm getting what I wanted in the beginning. But if I go in at 10% and they say we can only offer you 8%, I'm getting less than what I wanted. I have conducted research on the current market rates for my position, and I would like to request a salary increase to bring my compensation in line with industry norms, or industry standards, you could say. Now, this is linked with the example I gave you at the beginning of if you look at other companies, if you look at other positions that are the same as yours, have the same experience, same skills, but are offering more money, you could say something like this about the current market rates. Currently, the market for my position is higher than what you are offering me. Now, if you do have a look on the market and feel that some of the jobs are exactly what you do now, but a lot more money, or with a better company or an international company, it's worth applying. It's worth applying to them, because if they offer you the position, you then know you are worth that amount of money. You have desired skills, desired experience. And even if you're not sure you want to take the job, even if you don't want to leave your current company, by applying, you can use this as leverage again with your company and say, you know, I have been offered other positions. Don't say you have been interviewing, but you have been offered another position that is X amount of money per year, same position, same skills, but with a better company or a bigger company, an international company. You can use this as evidence, as leverage. Also, in my personal opinion, it's always good to practice interviews. Even if you're not that serious about the job, it's always good to practice your interview answers and check what is on the market. Now, as someone who worked for large organizations, I know how frustrating it can be to not be paid what you believe you should be paid. You turn up 15 minutes early every day, you fix all of the problems, including the problems of other colleagues. You have fantastic relationships with your clients and customers. You consistently outperform your co-workers, but you are on exactly the same pay as everyone else. This can be frustrating. So if you ask for a pay rise and you are told no for whatever reason, there's no budget for a pay rise, the company is freezing salaries this year, they can't give you a pay rise if they don't give everyone else a pay rise, or they even disagree that you worked hard. They don't believe you worked hard. There is room for negotiation here. The first thing you can do is negotiate another aspect of your contract. So if they are not willing to increase your salary because of budget or low sales figures that year, have a think about what is in your contract that you would like to change. What could you benefit from if it was different? Maybe if you worked from home, or you had 2 remote work from home days in the week, or maybe you have an extra day holiday every year, or if your contract comes with free health insurance, could they extend that health insurance to other family members? Perhaps you work 7 till 3 and you're tired of waking up at 5 o'clock every morning, so could you start from 8 and finish at 4? Have a think, is there something else you wouldn't mind changing if you cannot change the salary that would make you more happy, more comfortable to stay there? Have a backup plan if the salary is non-negotiable. You could say something such as, I understand pay is non-negotiable at this time, but I do believe I have shown dedication to the company. So I would like to request an extra day's holiday per year, or I would like to discuss work from home options, or I would like to discuss the health insurance plan. You could also suggest another point in the future. Maybe your contract is not up for negotiation. You can't change anything about your contract. So you could suggest another point in the future when you can raise this topic again. I understand the company's point of view, but I do feel that I deserve more. So could we possibly have this conversation in 3 months' time? Or after the next project is closed, or in the new year, after the next financial year? You can set later time. Maybe they've changed their mind. Maybe they've had time to discuss with head office or management. They've got time to go away and think about it, and you've got time to go away and do more research on the market. Maybe even upgrade your skills in those 3 months. So when you go back again, you have even more evidence to show them why you deserve a pay rise. The final thing you can do is demonstrate to the company that you have done your research. You have seen what the market is offering and you deserve more, so you will be looking for other jobs. Thank you for your time today. I do respect the company's side on this. But as I mentioned, the current market salary for my experience and skills is 10% higher than you are willing to offer. So it is with a heavy heart that I have to inform you I will be looking for another job. This demonstrates that you are not wanting to leave the company. Heavy heart suggests it's not a decision you made easily. It's a difficult decision. You don't want to leave, but you recognize you do deserve more for your skills and your experience. You can also enforce the idea that you will continue to work hard. I will continue to achieve good results until I find something suitable, but I want you to be aware that I will be actively seeking other positions. So my work is not going to stop. I'm still going to be your best salesman, or I'm still going to achieve the highest sales every single month. I'm still going to seek out the best clients to work with, but I'm actively looking for something else. You may then find that the company realizes how stuck they would be without you. They can't find someone else like you with the same skills, same experience, and same knowledge of the company. So they may ask for time to go away and look at the budget, look at what they could offer you. I had a situation once where the company was not willing to promote me or recognize my accomplishments, so I handed in my resignation. And 3 months later, when I had already left and found something else, I was contacted asking if I wanted to return. Obviously, I said no, because you should have realized 3 months ago what a big loss it would be if you lost me, but at least the option was there for me. We ended it on professional terms, and I still had the option to go back if I wanted to. And a final situation you may find yourself in is if you have already interviewed for another position and are asking your current company for a pay rise so that you can weigh up whether you should take the new job with the higher salary or stay in your current position but ask for a higher salary. So at this point, if this happens, you should have your resignation letter ready and written so that you can hand it over if they are not willing to improve your salary. And you can say something such as, unfortunately, in that case, I will be handing in my resignation letter now. I will see out my notice period and hand over all my current projects to the team. If you need me to help train my replacement, I am happy to do so. You're staying professional. You're saying you can't give me what I want, so I'm moving on, but I'm still going to be professional and respectable in this ending of our relationship, our working relationship together. We have a phrase, a saying in England, burning bridges, don't burn bridges. Now what this means is imagine you cross a bridge and turn around and set fire to that bridge. You can no longer go back because the bridge has burnt down. So when we say we don't want to burn bridges, we are saying don't ruin your chances of going back. Don't spoil your chances to return to that opportunity. So I have said this in many of my videos, but whilst a company might not be right for you, they treat you badly, if you stay professional, it is fantastic for your reputation. You can always go back to that company if you need to. You are more likely to see future opportunities if you are professional at all times. You never know who you are going to meet at networking events. You never know who's going to be interviewing you in your next company. You never know when you might meet these people again, especially if you all work in the same kind of industry. I'm very curious. Is anyone planning on leaving their job? Is anyone planning on asking for a higher salary? Let me know in the comments. I hope you found something interesting and helpful in today's video. I love doing videos like this because I think it's so important that you are recognized for your skills and your expertise. And it's even more important that we are not taken over by robots and people are still the key to successful businesses. I hope you have a fantastic day, fantastic week, and I will see you in our next video. Bye-bye.